Are you sitting in your home right now, wondering if you should downsize when you retire? The answer isn't as obvious as you might think. And getting it wrong could cost you both money and happiness. I've worked with hundreds of retirees over the years, and I've seen people make this decision both ways. Some downsize and absolutely love it. Others regret it within 6 months. The difference, you ask? They knew what questions to ask before they made the move. Welcome back. And if we haven't met, I'm Keith Demetriades, a financial advisor based in Pampa, Texas. I'll show you exactly what to consider before making this major decision, share what I'm seeing in today's market, and give you a framework to decide what's right for your situation. I've also got a free Designing the Retirement You Want guide linked in the description that ties perfectly into this conversation. Make sure you grab it. Let's start with the financial implications, because they're top of mind for most people. The biggest potential benefit of downsizing is unlocking that equity. If you've been in your home for years, downsizing could free up hundreds of thousands of dollars that you can redirect toward your retirement income, travel, or peace of mind in your bank account. You may also potentially have lower property tax, reduced utility costs, less maintenance, and smaller insurance premiums. These savings add up and can significantly reduce your monthly expenses in retirement. That's a financial win. But it can be a little tricky because the math isn't always as simple as a smaller house equals more money in your pocket. For one thing, it seems counterintuitive, but small homes typically cost more per square foot than larger homes. Why? Because when a house gets smaller, the cheaper parts are the first to go. Open living areas, extra bedrooms, but you still need the expensive stuff like kitchens, bathrooms, and HVAC systems. Those costs spread across less square footage, making the price per square foot higher. So you might not see the savings you'd expect. Plus, in many markets, demand for smaller homes is intense. Downsizers, investors, and first-time buyers are all competing for the same limited inventory. That competition pushes prices even higher. You probably want to consider factors such as realtor fees, moving expenses, and potential renovations to make the new place feel like home. Those can take a big bite out of the margin you gain when you sell. There's another risk here too. There's that old real estate saying, location, 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 right? I've also seen people trip themselves up because they downsize their space but upgrade their location, and it costs them more in the end. If you want to unlock equity and save on expenses, research and advanced planning are key. Now let's talk lifestyle, because this is where the decision gets personal. When you downsize, you gain a new level of freedom. Less house to clean, smaller yard to maintain, fewer things to worry about when you travel. In fact, I just had some clients tell me, we can lock the condo and leave for 2 months without a second thought. We couldn't do that with the big house. They were absolutely pleased with the purchase because they could get up and go at a moment's notice if they chose. If that carefree kind of life sounds good to you, hit that thumbs up button. But freedom means something different to everyone. So let's talk about that too. The whole point is being able to do what you want. If you're used to hosting holidays or being the go-to family gathering spot, downsizing might restrict that involvement. Those events may pass to another family member with the space to pull them off. Is that something you're ready to hand off? You'll also want to consider your new location carefully. Are you moving closer to amenities you'll actually use? Or are you giving up the neighborhood where you have established relationships and routines? Will that new home mean a new church, new doctors, a different gym? Those things are a big part of our lifestyle. When you picture moving, what's the one thing that would be the hardest to leave behind? Let me know in the comments. And here's one more thing to consider. Your housing needs might change as you age. A 2-story condo might seem perfect at 65, but what about at 75 or 80? How we live changes as we age. So you want to consider what will work both now and in the future. So if you're thinking about moving, start with the deeper question. Why now? Are you hoping to simplify your life, be closer to family, let go of the upkeep that's starting to feel like a burden? Or do you feel pressure to downsize just because it's what retirees are supposed to do? Clarity here matters. If you don't know the real reason you're considering a move, it's harder to know whether a change will actually lead to the life you want. Then take an honest look at how you actually live. Are you ready to give up the space you have now? Will you miss hosting holidays, parking in your own garage, or having a guest room ready for the kids or grandkids? Downsizing only works if the new lifestyle makes sense for you. If your motivation is solid and the lifestyle change makes sense, it's time to look at the financial side. The numbers shouldn't lead the choice, but they do need to work. Downsizing might free up resources, or it might shift costs in unexpected ways. This is where stewardship shows up, making sure your financial choices follow your priorities, not the other way around. And here's something I often tell clients. Try before you commit. Rent a smaller place in the area you're considering. Stay for a few weeks or months. See what it's really like to live with less space. That kind of real-world preview can protect you from a decision you might regret. And finally, don't rush. Downsizing isn't something to chase just because the market's hot or someone else is doing it. I've seen clients stay in their homes and thrive. I've seen others move and find exactly the freedom they were looking for. The difference wasn't in the square footage of the house. It was in the logic behind the move. Your home is more than a line item on your balance sheet. It's where your life happens. And the goal isn't just less house, it's more life. I'm Keith Demetriades. Thanks for joining me today. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, share it with someone who might be wrestling with the same question, and subscribe for more practical retirement insights. Real wealth starts with real life. Don't just plan the numbers, plan the life.